Hey encouragers, welcome to another episode of Encouragement. I'm Nathaniel Bickley. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this with all your friends, comment, and I love all your feedback. Let's get started. This week I'm really excited because there's such a great story here. I don't even know where to begin. So I'll preface it with the news story is there's a plane crash in Philadelphia and there was a bunch of bystanders there too. A lot of shrapnel went everywhere. And the headlines read, "Boy saves sister." And when you really delve into the story, it's just mind-blowing to see and to hear the story of this kid. So let's just jump right into the movie clip. This is the dad explaining the aftermath to the reporter about what happened. But in summation, I'll just kind of put it here so you kind of have like a build up to what they're actually talking about. The boy sees the sister getting up and trying to look at the explosion or the shrapnel coming at her after the dad told her to get down, and the brother sees her starting to do that and covers her and gets shrapnel in his head, has to go to the hospital, get surgery. And then I'll just kind of let the father kind of pick up there because this is such a great clip, so we'll jump right into it.
We're leaving Dunkin' Donuts. We're turning to Cotman Avenue, and you just hear a loud bang, and then a ball of fire and black smoke. So I tell the kids, get down. It sounded like a missile was firing bullets, metal at my car, everyone else's car. You see a car on fire. A man walking on fire. It was just crazy. And then in the midst of backing up, I hear my son, Andre, and I turn around, he has metal out the side of his head. So trying not to be reactive, get out, get the kids out, take the metal. As I move him, the metal fell out and there was just blood gushing. So I had a pair of socks, put it on his head. There was another guy gave me a shirt to put on his head, flagged the cop down. They came, they put all of us in the back of a cop car, took us to Jefferson Hospital.
And they went through with the brain surgery.
Yes, they did an A+ job on my son. Praise God, they did a great job on getting him back to recovery so he could come to CHOP, where he's now getting, again, grade A service. They are lovely here. I feel safe here with him, and I feel like he's going to recover. He said his first real words today, asked me about the Super Bowl, but the thing that broke my heart with him today, and I tried to not cry, but it had me crying, "Daddy, did I save my sister?" "Andre, what do you mean?" "When the plane crashed, I was just trying to help my sister. You told us to get down, and then she got up to look at the fire, and I grabbed her down, and then the next thing you know, I thought I died." It kind of broke me down. So if I'm pausing right now, it's because I don't want to cry. But as a dad, it was a bittersweet moment. For one, knowing my son, he listened to me growing up, and he's becoming a great young man, a great big brother, to know to defend your sister. But as a dad, seeing my son like that, that's my job to protect him, not his job to protect his sister. But it's just, thank God that my son is still here. Thank God that we didn't go into that flame, because it could have been a different situation where we all could have transitioned to heaven. But I'm just happy that he's here.
So there you have it. This little boy Andre and his dad and little sister just out getting some Dunkin' Donuts. And first of all, there's a lot of good things here, and this dad did such a good job of raising his kid. They picked him up from a local private Christian school, so he's putting in that time and effort to make sure that his kid's education is prioritized, and that his walk in, not just learning in intelligence, not gathering intelligence, but trying to become a morally adept person. And I think that is such a good thing, and we see that in a lot of Christian schools. And I know it's a sacrifice personally to put your kids through that. And, good on you, Dad, and keep that up. I know it means a lot of extra hours, but I know later on in life he won't depart from it. And obviously, you can already see that this kid is living out his Christian walk and his values. And that is so cool to me. So I'm to any parent watching this, I'm sure that's exactly what you're seeing too. So basically his first thing, and he wakes up, he's like, did I miss the Super Bowl? And did I save my sister? Such a kid thing to say, these two contrasting things, but God bless little Andre for stepping in there and doing that. That people may devalue it because he's a child, but unless we make decisions like a child, we can't enter the kingdom of heaven. So maybe we should learn something about that kid. And I'm just so ecstatic to see this kind of story, and I hope more and more news like this gets prioritized. And this is what encouragement is about. It's like there's no greater love than to lay down your life for a friend. And we don't want to focus on the tragedy of it. Yeah, the victims and the crash, and there's a lot of people injured nearby and stuff, and it's terrible. But amidst that, where's the character of good moral value that we can all learn and glean things from? And I think little Andre is an exemplary beacon of such good moral character there, just protecting his sister, and then also being simple-minded at the same time. That he's like, hey, do I get to watch the Super Bowl? I hear even the team's going to be reacting to this and trying to help that happen. I don't know exactly how, but I just think that would be cool. As many blessings as can reach this child, just send them his way. And then for the father, man, it'd be great if people were paying thrown in to pay the tuition, because I know it can be a lot of stress. If you guys know these people on social, reach out to them, bless them. They definitely deserve it. And in your daily walk this week, I pray that you just don't be afraid to step out, and whenever you see disaster strike, like the father said, don't be reactive. Or like the other thing he said, transitioning into heaven. You mean dying? You mean unalived? That's the word. But don't be that person who stands by and lets the terrible happen to you or to others around you. If you can do good around you, I just want to encourage you, like little Andre, even a kid can do it. And if you just listen to that calling in your heart to step out, and even if your heart is afraid, it's deceptive, press on, because you know what you should do in these positions. And as the father said it best, we are the protectors, and we should take that role and responsibility quite seriously and enjoy it with pride. When it comes to roles, a lot of people don't agree that there are roles, okay? A lot of people think there's all kinds of different things going on, but I just want to encourage you to know your role and execute a plan that you've premeditated for a lot of eventualities. You can't plan for everything, but you can start, exercising your mind muscles. Like, all right, I'm gonna go do something about this if this were to happen. So when, God forbid, a situation like that presents itself, you already know your character is already set to follow that honorable, that admirable action that'll really change and save other people's lives. Who knows what would have happened to his little sister had he not stepped in the way he did. So God bless him and his father. I hope that blesses you this week. Get out. Don't be afraid to do crazy things and just live life. I know fear is on the ramparts these days with planes falling out of the sky a lot. But when you think of stories like this, just know that there is good, and be brave.